Welcome everybody one more time to the Wessex Resin stand here at the Southampton Boat Show. We've had a great day of in conversation with, and it's a really great privilege and really nice to see Will Reed from the Boat Building Academy, which we call the BBA for short, based in Lyme, Regis. Students from the academy we tend to see in all areas of our day-to-day industry. We see students that have appeared at a lot of our customers, such as Spirit Yachts that we had on the stand. We heard from Nigel Stewart earlier on today. I've seen students that have appeared out in Italy. I've seen students that have appeared out in Spain that have gone on to really valid careers within the industry. And in fact, within our own team, we have a great ex-student in the form of Gary Thompson, who's with us today. So a lot of activity and contact that we have with BBA. It's a really great privilege that you've come here and had a conversation with us. But could you just tell us a little bit more about the heritage and history of the Boat Building Academy? Because I find it really fascinating.
Thank you, David. So we started about 22 years ago, and Tim Gedge was really the main person involved in setting it up. And since then, it's really gone from strength to strength. So in the early days, there was sail training and diving as well on the site, but it's really, the more the boat building is built up, that's really taken over. We've also introduced a furniture making course, a 12-week course. So we run the two alongside each other, as well as a whole load of short courses. And now we've got a full team of 15 of us, and we run 2 boat building courses a year. And we're currently at capacity, so we've got 36 boat building students going through this year, and the same last year, and up to 24 furniture makers every year as well.
I mean, that's fantastic. Every time I come down, there's always activity in the workshop. What's going on at the moment? I mean, there's some interesting projects that are being built by students in this term, isn't there?
So we've got a number of different boats. All the boats that are built by students, so they're part of the training. It's really all about the training for us. We're not producing boats commercially. So we're always building a range of boats to suit the training, and they're all owned by individual students. And we'll always build some traditional and some modern wooden boats, really. So at the moment we've got a Carvel boat in, designed by Paul Gartside, 16-foot, beautiful boat. It's actually planked in a coir, which is a timber which is treated with acetic acid. So it's very, very stable and durable. But we're actually encapsulating it in WRA 200. We're tight seaming, so we're bonding all the plank edges together. So it's a bit of a crossover between traditional Carvel planking and using epoxy to make it last longer, as well as to reduce the maintenance. Other boats, we've got, as I say, some traditional boats. We've got a glued ply clinker boat going on, and a couple of paddle boards and a Canadian canoe. Now the Canadian canoe is quite interesting in that we're using your Entropy Clear product, along with some lightweight surf glass from Surf Connection, and that's gone really, really well. It's really clear. That's the main advantage of that product. So we've built up 3 layers of the Entropy Clear, and there's a lot of clarity there. Yeah.
That's really great. Well, I mean, I know even as principal of the BBA and a lecturer in the academy, you're a really keen woodworker and boat builder and craftsman. What for you is the most exciting part of a build process when you see it being done?
So I think the most exciting time, well, there are 2 sort of really exciting times through the builds. The first one, of course, is as it starts. So the students have already prepared lots of their components, their moulds and stems, etc. And they've already lofted the boats. So when they start building, which is either in June or after Christmas, they're throwing together their moulds and their backbones very, very quickly. So within a week or 2, you've got the shape of all of the boats in the workshop. And that's a really fast, exciting time. And then, of course, towards the end of the project, towards launch day, is the pressure picks up, the speed picks up. That deadline of the launch is huge, So, and a lot of the students are doing ambitious builds, so it's hugely exciting when the drama of the workshop really picks up, and they're trying to get those finishes absolutely spot on. And there's a lot of filling and fairing and preparation and painting and varnishing, and building up to that launch day at the end. So, yeah.
I've been fortunate enough to have been invited to a number of the launch days, and I can assure anybody in the crowd, if you have a chance to be down there. When is the month, Will?
The next launch is the 4th of December.
I would encourage anybody to be down there because it's a really fantastic event, and actually to see the faces of the students when something that's been created takes the water. I always get the feeling that they think, I'm not so sure it's going to float, but of course it does, and it's a brilliant atmosphere.
Yeah, launch day is really exciting. And actually going back to your last question about what's the most exciting part for me, really it's about, because it's all about the training, it really is. The boats, as we always say, are a byproduct of the training. But the most exciting thing really is taking students on day one who've never really done anything before often, and training them up through all the basics, through planking, lofting, finishes, epoxy, everything. And at the end of the course, they've got these boats which are unbelievable. They're professional quality, and they launch them into the harbour, and they all float. But it's that transformation from complete beginner to sort of really respectable boat builders. Yeah.
That I have to say that is a must see if you have the chance. We've had a long collaboration with the BBA World. Is that important to you?
Yeah, absolutely. The products are excellent. We don't use them exclusively, as we've talked about many times. It's important for our students to know about different products. But your products have always been very good for us. I've been using them for 20 years personally as well as at work. And what's very important to us is the technical support, the fact that you come in and you'll give a lecture to the students, which they really appreciate, and that you're at the end of the phone. It really does work very well for us.
What's the next big thing for the Academy? Any new courses or new projects that you could share with the crowd?
So there's a new course which isn't boat building but advanced furniture making, and of course we use epoxy resins in our furniture making courses as well. So for laminating and for making small, complex, strong joints we'll use epoxy, but also for restoration we're using epoxy. So that course is really exciting for us. It takes the furniture making on to another level. And there are other things in the pipeline as well that I'm not going to talk about now, but you need to watch this space. There are things that will be happening over the next year. The main thing for us is to keep doing what we're doing, to keep pushing the products, pushing the students, getting the best out of it that we can, and getting the students into industry.
One final question, because it really is important. Where can the audience find more detail about the Academy?
So you'll find us on Instagram. There's the website, which is boatbuildingacademy.com. Twitter, Facebook, it's all on there. And come and see us in Lyme, Regis. We welcome visitors. Phone ahead, book ahead, and we'll show you around and show you what we get up to. And of course, launch day on the 4th of December.
That's brilliant, because I've found that not only are the Jurassic Coast an attraction, but it's also a big visitor attraction, because I've seen lots of people outside looking in at the workshop. So that's really, really a great thanks to Will. It's been a real privilege to have you on the stand and talk to us and the audience. Thank you very much yourselves for listening to us. If you want to find out any more information about our products and about the BBA, there's a huge amount online. We have a fantastic website with a huge amount of free information on how to use our products in various techniques. There's also our online magazine, Epoxycraft, which we actually encourage the students to subscribe to. So actually there's been a number of stories about the BBA and a number of stories about students' individual projects, which are really, really fascinating. So please visit that website. Please subscribe to Epoxycraft. It's a great source of information. But most of all, thank you for listening. And most of all, thank you, Will.